drum on the mic. Doesn't sound like it to me. That was amazing. Thank you, Frank. Very good. Check out his op-ed in the issue, and we will have our final performer, and then the raffle, and then we wrap. And she is Karen Kane, wife of Bobby Kane, of course, all the way from Scotland. However, she is an incredible reader on the microphone, and she's going to read what is Robert Burns's poem, The Rights of Women, written in 1798. Way before men even had rights for voting. Incredible piece, I have to tell you. I've read it myself. But on top of that, if you want to know who she is, she organizes, excuse me for using my phone, but on top of being a poet and a teacher, she also organizes the Choral Scottish National Competition in Scotland, which includes poetry, singing, instrumental, and bagpipe lessons for ages ranging, depending on what you're looking at, from 8 to 12. Give it up, or sorry, 8 to 18. Give it up to Karen Kane, please.
Good evening.
Does that microphone still work?
Yeah,
They're both,
okay.
It was the coffee.
Bulletproof, yeah.
Back home, I'm not a poet. I'm certainly not talented in any way, shape or form, I don't think. But
No.
I do have a love of Burns, which I think you're gathering, listening to Ronnie and Bobby and myself tonight, that we all share in that. And it is a great thing to have, being Scottish, but you don't have to be Scottish to appreciate Burns. He's a man that touches the lives of nearly everyone, and as well as being the national poet of Scotland, he's also Russia's national poet as well. So there's, I think if you go home and look him up, you might not understand everything he says. I don't actually understand all the words either. But the more you hear it, and when you hear people like Ronnie and Bobby recite it, and you see the passion that they have for it, then I'm sure you'll find something there for you. He seems to have the knack of, if you open your Burns book, you'll probably find a poem to suit you every day. He will reach you. Having said that, at home I am, what I am ably told is a technical, well, I'm a techie teacher in Scotland, but a technology teacher here in Canada. So I would do woodwork, metalwork, technical drawing. I also do construction. So when I joined my Burns Club and was asked to look at a poem to learn, I was absolutely flabbergasted to find that in 1700s Robert Burns wrote The Rights of Women. Especially now, when even today women across the world don't have equal rights. In some countries they don't have very many rights at all. So a very forward-thinking man. Woo! So just a wee bit at the beginning, just to sort of put some context onto it. Burns wrote this for an actress of the time, a Miss Fontenelle, Louisa Fontenelle, and it was for a benefit night, and it was so she had a night and all the proceeds from that night went to her, and it was a way of sort of paying the artists. At the time, Burns took the poem mirroring the words of a fellow exciseman, which is a tax collector, I'm right in thinking that's exactly what it is, called Tom Paine, who had actually written in 1700s and 91 The Rights of Man. So if you know that, then obviously you can see where that was his inspiration for this poem, with a different slant. And it basically has placed Burns now in the forefront of the feminist movement. And he certainly touched a chord with me, working in a world of men. So here we go. While Europe's eye is fixed on mighty things, the fate of empires and the fall of kings, while quacks of state must each produce his plan, and even children lisp the rights of man. Amid this mighty fuss, just let me mention the rights of women merit some attention. First, in the sexes intermixed connection, one sacred right of women is protection. The tender flower that lifts its head elate, helpless must fall before the blasts of fate. Sunk on the earth, defaced its lovely form, unless your shelter wards the impending storm. Our second right, but needless here is caution, to keep that right and violates the fashion. Each man of sense has it so full before him, he'd die before he'd wrong it. 'Tis decorum. In that blessed sphere, alone we'll, sorry, that's wrong. It is decorum. There was indeed, in far less polished days, a time when rough, rude man who had naughty ways would swagger, swear, get drunk, kick up a riot, nay, even thus invade a lady's quiet. Now thank our stars, these Gothic times are fled. Now well-bred men, and you are all well-bred, most justly think, and we are much the gainers. Such conduct neither spirit, wit, nor manners. For right the third, our last, our best, our dearest, that right to fluttering female hearts the nearest, which even the rights of kings in low prostration most humbly own. 'Tis dear, dear admiration. In that blessed sphere, alone we live and move. Their taste that life of life. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so nervous.
It's okay.
Thanks, Ivy. Hold on to get this. I can't see either. I know what it was. Eric was doing his glasses. Which even the rights of kings in low prostration most humbly own. 'Tis dear, dear admiration. In that blessed sphere, alone we live and move. Their taste that life of life, immortal love. Smiles, glances, sighs, tears, fits, flirtations, airs, gain such an host, what flinty savage stares? When awful beauty joins with all her charms, who is so rash as rise in rebel arms? But truce with kings, and truce with constitutions, with bloody armaments and revolutions. Let majesty your first attention summon. Asaira, the majesty of women. Sorry for getting that
wrong. Was that not good? Honestly. She just had it memorized pretty much. Karen Kane, everyone. One more time. Okay. This is the end of an incredible, absolutely incredible evening. Thank you so much for coming out and for supporting the Artis magazine. You can subscribe, check it out online. I think most of you have already subscribed. Tell your friends, talk to me. If you want more than one subscription, we'll make it happen. Our main priority is to get it out to everybody. You know, whatever it costs, even if you're losing money, just get it out. It's going into the libraries. I'm going to try and get it into some bookstores in the Burlington Oakville area, and we are going to be in most of the 905 libraries, which is about 20 libraries, so it's pretty cool. And now we're going to do the raffle.